Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. That's right. Oh, I gotta start with a stretch. Big stretch. Are you raising your hand or are you threatening your monitor again? The monitor. Okay, all right. Just checking. Sweet. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another DMing Hadley game. Today it's Assault on Ravenloft. You can see it. It's right there. This is season 2, episode 10, and I've titled this episode "Daddy Daughter Day."
Uh, just pointing out something.
Huh?
Is the assault on Ravenloft backwards?
Not for the people watching.
Uh,
Yeah. If you look at it,
yeah.
this ass is over here, but in this orientation, it's right for people over there. Out there, they're seeing
You got to just
this
tune it out,
like this.
Just focus on this beautiful mug.
Just take a look. Just imagine running your fingers through this
Deep into his
luscious
beard.
beard, and feel soothed for it. Is your monitor still giving you shit, Haven? Show that bitch who's in charge. Okay, cool. Yeah, Daddy Daughter Day is what this episode is. It's gonna be a sweet, wholesome, good time here in some weird demi plane inside of Ravenloft, where everything's good and nice, just like it should be. For some reason, everybody's suspicious. I don't understand why people are so suspicious. It's so nice. There's a fun, friendly family atmosphere. There's bards and there's jubilation. It's a beautiful town. Old Senwell. It's great. It's fine. Everybody loves it. Now, there was a weird sort of thing where some aberration popped up in the middle of the jubilation and killed a bunch of people, which didn't seem to upset anyone except for our adventurers. I don't know why they were so upset. And
People were dying.
I mean, I guess they didn't seem upset by it. Curious why you guys were so upset. It could have just been part of the show. You don't know. You got no idea. And speaking of having no idea, seems that two more brutish members of the party upset their host, and yeah, their minds were melted into goo when they failed their saving throws, and their minds were enfeebled. And poor little Narasine, she ran right into a thorny orange tree, causing her damage, and then her new adopted daddy, cast enlarge reduce on her, and then put her up on his shoulders like the loving father that he is, and whisked her away to his manor house that looks back over the city. And yeah, reluctantly, the rest of the party, who spent the entire time pushing as hard as they could to get to this manor, overlooking every plot hook that lay before them. And now that they're here, they didn't want to go inside. No.
I stopped at so many places.
You did. I will commend you for that. You did actually try and look inside the clock shop. You did you did stop and hand out pamphlets for your Lord and Savior.
Multiple
which
times.
I have to also commend you on as a character. That is correct and directly, attributed to their character's actions. I think that's very fair. But everybody else was just like, nope, nope, nope. Let's not get caught up. We're gonna go to the manor house. We're gonna go to the manor house. We're gonna find this guy. And then they went to the manor house and found the guy. And then he was like, "Yeah, you guys come on in." And they were like, "No, what do you what do you guys want from me? Everything's going exactly how you want it to. Nope, we want to fight this guy in front of his house during this day of jubilation." And then some brains dissolved inside some collective heads. And y'all found out that this guy's a very powerful individual with some very powerful and subtle magics. And will open as your characters are reluctantly making their way towards his abode. Well, all except for Adele. We'll get to Adele as well. So, bloviating time is over, and you know what time it is now. It's time for the round robin. During the round robin, like to do 4 to 6 things. First thing we do is introduce yourself. Second thing we do is share one another pronouns. Third thing we do is introduce our characters. The fourth thing we do is our vivid, aesthetic description of our characters. They may live in each and every one of brain holes because I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends at the end of 7 days a week. 7. All 7 of them. I do it.
$400.
Often. Do you want and today's no different. So, Haven, you're right there. You got to do the thing. Show the people how it's done.
Hi, I'm Haven. I go by all of the gender things because I'm bad at choosing stuff. And speaking
That's
of
queer
choosing
culture right
things,
there,
I
everybody.
actually not wrong. And then speaking of choosing things, I for once actually chose a character with only one class. And if you can guess it at any point, I guess you get brownie points. I don't know what you can buy with them later, but we'll figure it out. I am a small kitsune magic caster of sorts. I am in this realm that these people have been plopped into and have been in said realm for an undetermined amount of time. From interaction with me, we have learned that I was here because someone was mad. And that's about all we've kind of learned in that regard. And then I was pretty hesitant to do anything or really be seen in this last situation for very specific reasons. And I intend to attempt, at least, to reveal why soon.
Hopefully. Mostly. Mostly because that Hellas is a real bad boy.
Primarily, yes. He terrifies the living balls out of me and tucks tail between legs.
Tucks all 9 tails
And
between legs.
all of them.
Sweet. Speaking of a tail to tuck, Xander.
Hey there, Xander. He, him pronouns. I'll be playing Narasine tonight. Oh, gosh. I was cooking, so I didn't have time.
Oh no. Oh no. You're muted. No, yep, there we go.
Was I muted that whole time?
Yeah, I heard cooking. I was cooking, and so.
Okay, wait. Let me.
We're cooking,
do
and now
this
I can
again.
hear you. Hello, my name is
Hello.
Xander.
Hi, Xander. He, him pronouns. And I'll be playing Narasine Clover. Oh god, I was coming up with something like as you asked me.
Yes.
The Fae Bae, who's not quite so okay. She's quite now short.
And
now she's headed to Daddy's fort.
okay.
Never seen Clover.
There we go.
That was in the moment. You didn't have time to make one.
No, it's good. It was great. I like it. It's very thoughtful.
She is now a 2-foot tall, tiny little, feeble-minded child who is a daddy's girl. She is full reverted at this point. You know, a lot of trauma was already in that area. This has done. I want to say nothing good for it, but gosh, it's not bad so far for her.
It's not. It's really not. I'm very excited sort of for Narasine to have some real positive experiences.
Might have a new daddy figure. Gosh, we'll see how that figures in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
we
me.
sure will. Thanks, Xander.
Right now, we're just a tiny little fairy girl.
Just as though she's so sweet. She's so good. Sweet. All right, Rob, take it away.
Right, Rob. I mean, I keep forgetting which nickname I use for this one. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll be playing automatic, also feeble-minded. He's a very human young man, just draconic sorcerer, and also way of, well, a draconic monk, you could say. He's basically a sailor by birth. He traveled there with his dad as a sailor until eventually he became part of his own crew of people in the sea. Eventually, he fell in the sea and awakened his magical talents, where when he fell into a debacle with some sea monsters and a bronze dragon. He learned how to control that magic thanks to monastic monks that he managed to find on an island. From then on, he entered the world trying to follow a free spirit. That led him to the mercenary guild. That led him to discovering that the monastery that had trained him and basically him become a second family had all been murdered by a guy called the captain. The captain then eventually proceeded to cut off his arm. And now he's traveling to the midst of Ravenloft to try and find other people of the mercenary guild, lending him to this debacle where the ship he usually pilots is in the forest, and now he's feeble-minded. I wonder what happens when a person with dragon blood is just feeble-minded. Let's see how dragon we can get.
Yeah, it might have some id to deal with here, you know?
Some what?
Id. There's the ego, the who we consider ourselves to be, and then the id, the underlying sort of motivator that's subconsciously influencing what we do and how we behave.
You know how that one philosopher says you want to fuck your mom.
Well, I appreciate you went for philosophical, but I'll warn you, I don't plan to go philosophical at all.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. Sweet. Thank you, Rob. That brings us around to Mr. John. Mr. John, welcome back. Pleasure to have you back at the table.
Yes, wonderful to be back. John, he, him. I will be playing Adalgeralda Saxel Urza Hollern Common Heart tonight, commonly known as Adele. Adele is an interesting little flower in that she has a very twisted, approval-seeking relationship with her dark undead patron, Stitch, who often is found sort of managing power politics in these realms in which we explore. And she is about 5 feet tall, all black, wielding a very large black sword, kind of drips black blood that never seems to leave the blade, called Angfel, that she acquired down here. and you will find her at the front fighting with her chitinous black armor and casting and bringing up all sorts of little friends from other abyssal and uh, uh, far realms type environments. That's Adele.
Nice. So would you heaven, or would you send her into the crone, and then would you
Wait, I have a better rhyme. Can I give the better rhyme?
Do you want to save it for next week, or do you want to drop it now?
No, I want to drop it right now.
Okay, I believe in you.
It's very to this.
Show me what you got.
The small fairy daughter who walks mindlessly towards potential slaughter. A daddy's girl through and through. This therapy is free for both me and you.
Xander, do you have inspiration?
I do. Thank you. Give it to
Okay.
someone else who needs it, though. Let's give it to
I
our
shan't.
foxy friend.
No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay.
That's just not how it works. Oh boy, how do I want to? How do we want to start this? I think I have to start with Noller, because I think that that's going to sort of set the tone. But if Crowman's not here, I don't know if that'll work. Hey, Narasine though, can I get an acrobatics check, please?
Hey, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're really happy now because we've forgotten things.
Yep.
23.
Yeah, we see like a cheer choreography between you and your new dad Halas. And as you go into the back of this huge manor house, you look out the back and there's just beautiful French gardens out here. But amongst them are all these fantastic sculptures, which also function as somewhat of a jungle gym for you. And so we see as the two of you go out and tumble and jump and swing. Each of you, doing these remarkable feats of athleticism and acrobatics. And we see you being thrown into the air and flipping and twisting with a grace that is fantastic. And you are silhouetted by these beautiful hedges and tall cypress rows of these gorgeous green trees. There's tendriling flowers growing here and there. It's obviously a very beautiful garden. And you see that as we look down into this garden, we can see all of the different sculptures of intricate marble that dot the landscape as you look out. Adele. Hey.
Hey.
When last we left you, you'd just gotten to the jubilation.
Yes.
And as you saw an abomination appear on the stage, we saw you ready for battle and then disappear.
What did the abomination look like?
Roll me a perception or history check. Either's fine.
Okay.
And then perhaps an arcana check after that, depending.
It's a 19 perception and a nat 20 arcana. No shit.
Okay. As you almost immediately realize what this thing is, you ready yourself for battle, and you feel yourself thoof, into darkness. And I'm going to bear with me just a moment. I gotta find the right guy.
I was gonna say part of that question, by the way, that was what just its general appearance, like when you
Yes.
saw it. Okay.
You did see it. And it was about a 7.5 foot tall creature. It has no nose or lips. Its face is uh, dripping ichor of blood and teeth. And it's disturbing looking individual here. I'm gonna drop this because with a natural 20, you're gonna know what it is.
Wonderful.
And then you're gonna wonder why you're not there to fight it, as you are plunged into darkness. And you feel your what's your it's a great axe that you've got.
Longsword. Just a
Oh,
long
just a
sword.
longsword. You feel that longsword ringing as if it was struck against steel or stone. It's just like bing, like in your hand. And as you look around in this dark space, we see you swing it, expecting that maybe something's out there for you to come in contact with. And as you create grander gestures to see if there's anything out there, your sword meets nothing, no resistance, no impact as you're moving, and then things get a little wonky because very quickly you go from being in abject darkness to being in a crush of bodies. And you feel yourself, you're almost restrained how tightly these bodies are like pressing in against you. You're not walking under your own volition, you're being moved with this mass of bodies. And it sets off a couple of things. The sensation of being trapped under the rocks but a few days ago is a little too poignant in your mind. Nice. And making you feel just like packed in. And you see a flash of that rock having crushed your skull to some degree. And you feel a sharp pain in your head. And as you do, you turn around in your abject darkness again.
No
And
bodies beneath me, no bodies around me.
no, all black, just black again. And you feel unrestrained. You feel freer. When you went back, you didn't see this creature. You didn't see this aberration that was there. You just saw bodies packing in and chanting enthusiastically. And another maybe 20 or 30 seconds pass, and as you wonder if you can get out of this space, suddenly you are standing back in that grassy area. And as you're standing there, the crush of people has relaxed significantly. And in fact, as you look around, you can see that all of the people are slowly milling away from the now ruined bandstand behind you. And as you see them all sort of vacantly marching back, you can see that there's bodies crushed. There's a pile of maggots crawling in different directions, being trampled on by people as they walk. And As you turn back around to face the manor house, you can see that the gates are closing, and that your party, save for Svetlana, are walking up the stairs. And as you look up, you see Narasine in this small childlike form being scooped up into the air and then seated on the shoulders of a man who is also very tall, wearing a very nice black suit with piping of red around his collar, and a face that looks like almost like a deer skull, with big, thick horns that sort of twist upward. Yeah, you're standing.
She'll take off and go running after this closing gate.
Okay. As you get to the gate, it's you just see it just as you're walking up to it. And you don't see like a latch or a locking mechanism. You just see it into place. And as you look up through those slats, you can see that Zero is cautiously following. Noller, at his behest, also slowly proceeds upwards. And Asuna, how are you getting up from there, or have you started yet?
I believe I was just walking next to Zero.
Okay. So you see the three of them sort of pulling up the rear and walking up towards this house.
I raise my hands like this, and she casts fly, and she levitates up over the gate, flies towards.
Okay. As you come up over the gate and move forward, roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. 23.
As you sort of come right across the top of this gate, you feel that flight cease instantaneously. And you look down and see these golden tipped spikes from the top of the archway that leads to this house. And you tumble gracefully, catching yourself on this fence, and look in. And you know without a shadow of a doubt that something just dispelled that. It was too simple, it was too fast. Something is keeping you from moving across this gate with enchantments active, if that makes sense. Because as you reach out to test if you can still move across the gate, you can. It just seems that there's some magical ward that was in place.
Oh, so the gate is not like locked.
The gate's closed, but as you're sort of like holding on to the very top of it, you can go, like, you try and just reach through. You can just sort of throw your leg over. Be careful not to get poked in the booty by the sharp points.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll like try to climb it athletically.
Yeah, I think we see you start to slide down the other side with grace. Absolutely, and trump down onto the ground. And as you look up, you can see that the party is like two tiers up the stairs towards this manor, and you hear a voice whisper and hiss inside your mind. Don't get caught up in the mundane of it. Find another way to accomplish your goals. I
Okay.
love
What
that
is the party doing as they recede from me?
Uh, so far, it seems for the most part they're just going up to the manor house, except for Narasine, who looks to be having a childlike, delightful,
Laughter. Just
yeah,
laughter.
exchange with Halas as she sort of zigzags up the stairs,
Do
and
they look like they're under like a spell, or are they under their own power?
Narasine looks like they're under their own power. Noller does not look like he's under his own power. But he does seem to be affected by Zero. Zero seems to be sort of directing him, which seems out of sorts. Zero and Asuna seem to be under their own volition. Hey, Narasine.
Hey.
Um, you are experiencing a level of delight that we could all only hope to aspire to. Now, as a character, you're gonna know this, but as Narasine, you are not.
Hmm.
As as you are trundling up these steps, it doesn't feel like the first time you've done that. It feels like you've done it hundreds of times. It feels like for years and years and years you've lived in this house, and every jubilation you've attended with your father, who cares for you and loves you, and is proud of the young woman that you're becoming more and more every day. You remember grand feasts and birthdays celebrated. You remember what your room looks like upstairs, near the top of the tower on the backside of the property. You even remember your little reading nook that was built in the top of that turret with a little pop-up window that's hidden from the outside, where you keep your special journals and your books and your drawings, and you remember attending the school for the exceptional, or school for exceptional children as well, and what a great time it was, and how you what would you say your favorite subject was, Narasine?
I think her favorite subject. I think I actually might have put something in for this. Give me 1 second.
No rush.
Oh yeah, it would have been English literature classes.
Ah, then oratory.
The oratory.
Oh, did you do debate team? Did you do debate team, or did you
I don't
do
think
creative writing?
she was more of a quiet back of the class kind of girl at that
Okay.
point in life. She was definitely a completely just deep in the book, kind of like "Don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't perceive me," kind of.
I think maybe there was a moment where you were sort of thrust into the limelight to share a story that you'd written. One about the person who influenced you the most, and when you chose, like most people do, your father, Halas, you were obviously a choice to present to the rest of the school, and we can hear the thunderous applause from the other students at such magnificent creative writing, and that really changed your trajectory about being creative and about writing, and now you journal almost every day, that you get to live in this big, beautiful house. And there's just books and books and books and books and books full of all of your writing in this little alcove in the top of the tower. And you run up the steps, knowing that there's little sweeties hidden in certain cabinets. And now you've just made all these new friends, and you get to show them all of the delights of your home as you make your way upward. Um, what was your passive perception, Adele?
It's actually a flat 10.
Okay. As you look up, at first you're following Narasine, and then you look back down towards the bottom of the stairwell, and you see Noller, and you see Asuna, and you don't see Zero.
Okay. Um, how far away am I?
They're about 60 feet up at an angle, up a couple of sets of stairs.
And they're proceeding towards like a door.
They're proceeding upwards towards a huge manor house. It's a tremendous, dark brown wood with very light gray trim on the window sills, and dark slate roofs. And there's a huge sort of front to the house. You can also see that two wings continue moving past that, and towards the back, there's a pretty big tower in the middle.
She's going to skirt the outsides of the manor house and kind of do some stealthy recon, keeping the party within line of sight, but scoping out all of the different approaches and all the different hiding holes, stuff like that.
Great. Roll me a survival check or an investigation check. Either's fine with me.
I'm going to use one of my knowledge from past life dice.
Okay.
And it's going to give me an 11.
Nice. As you look around, the house doesn't look like it could be easily scaled. There's no trellis work that leads up the sides. Second story work wouldn't be a lot of fun on this house. There's a main door up front. It looks like there's probably two major entrances on one on either side of the house. The back side of the house is going to be where most of the entrances are. There's three of them. And then as you come around the back side of the house, you can see that there's a huge arch and leading into an open courtyard. Roll me roll me a history check, please.
Did my flying cast get dispelled or counterspelled?
It got dispelled.
Okay. I rolled a nat 20 history, actually.
Okay. Standing on the back side of this building has a very different sensation than standing on the front side of it. Standing on the front side of it looks like a manor house. The sides of it look like sort of a French looking estate. And as you come around the backside of the house, you can see, looking down now, Narasine doing this, what looks like very choreographed, like cheerleading acrobatics with Halas. And you see, as you look back, you see Noller sort of standing blankly. You see Asana standing timidly. And as you look at the house from this angle, it looks more like a church. The backside of these buildings seem to form the walls of a structure, and this arch over in the back leading to this turret look more like a steeple from a church,
Okay.
as if
Is
you'd
there a
taken the roof off, and the turret had just been sort of straightened out like a bell tower.
is there like a moat or a bridge around this estate?
Just gardens all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah, trellised, or that's not what I'm looking for. Terraced gardens, all the
Okay.
way up, and then a huge sprawling French garden in the back.
You said that there were towers. Is it like a quadrangle castle where there are 4 towers that tower on each corner, or is it more of the Germanic castle where the towers are in the center?
Yeah, in this case, it just looks like a singular tower in the back, which if you looked at the front of a church where it sort of A's up into a steeple, that's what it looks like from this side. Looking from the other side of the house, you see a slanted roof on one section, and then you sort of see the tower behind it. It looks like you took a very large church, tore the roof off, built 3 wings, and left the steeple in place.
So, does Adele have any idea who lives here, why the party's going in there, or who the guy with the deer skull head is?
You heard from a couple of people at this point, including Asana, that this guy is probably Halas. The name on the orphanage, and he's Halas Sleard. Sleard. Halas Sleard. And yeah, the orphanage for the exceptional, which Narasine has now attended, and and was a star pupil.
Okay. I'm gonna scout the back of the building while they go in.
Okay. They're actually sort of like coming out the back. So if you want to sneak in, roll me a stealth check.
17.
Okay. I gotta check something real quick here. Boop.
They are emerging from the back now. They just kind of walked straight through.
Yep, they walk straight through the main house. Through, as you look now into this this section through the archway, you can see there's another sort of like enclosed garden area in the middle here, this plaza. There's a fountain in the middle. There's some crosswalks that seem to go from one side of the
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna scout and recon because she doesn't know what's going on, so she's not gonna jump in and instigate anything. Just gonna keep things on the party.
Sweet. As you start to scoot past, you see Noller look right at you and start to and then drool a little bit with enthusiasm. Because as it says, in Feeble Mind, you can recognize your friends.
I'm gonna cast invisibility, greater invisibility.
Okay. And then Noller, you see your friend disappear. And yeah, you don't know where they went.
And given that Noller has 1 intelligence, I don't think I have to worry too much about understanding.
Yeah, he's not gonna get it. He is not gonna comprehend how you just disappeared. Yeah, that being said, what's your passive again? Passive perception, Adele?
10.
10. Okay. Yep, you pop off. This greater invisibility. You go invisible. You look down into this beautiful. I mean, there's roses, there's dahlias, there's some small fruit trees. There's a fig tree over there. It's really lovely. I mean, whoever does the gardening around here, mwah, they really know what's up. What do you want to do as you are invisibly moving through this space?
Following them and listening to whatever is said, if anything.
Okay. It doesn't seem like Nola and Asuna are immediately having a deep and heartfelt conversation. As you look at Narasine and this guy Halas, they seem to be getting on like gangbusters. Like when you see dad and daughter at the playground and all the moms are sitting there just like licking their lips. Um both
Does it
both
seem like Nolar or Zero or anybody other than maybe Asuna have agency? Are they all boo-booed? Are they all brainwashed or something? Or they seem like themselves?
uh yeah, Narasine doesn't seem like themselves. You look around, you don't see Zero.
Yeah,
You
come
expect
on.
to see him
Oh,
somewhere, but
okay.
you don't see him.
Narasine is smiling.
Yeah, Narasine's having the
That
best
should be
time of
enough
her
to.
life.
The
Yeah,
fact that Narasine is smiling is enough for you to go, whoa, wait a minute.
correct.
Okay.
Asuna, what do you do as you're watching this exchange? You know that this guy Halas is like stupid powerful. And generally speaking, he has been a far more aggressive person. The things you've seen him do are terrifying. And I think there's maybe a strange sense of discomfort watching him play with Narasine as if she is his daughter, but also watching her have just the best time ever getting to be his daughter too.
I I am probably like a little brain broken, like getting a weird sense of enjoyment out of someone actually like being happy. That I had observed being so sad or like sour previously, I guess. But also still very, very, very afraid. I don't trust laws whatsoever. I have been here before and I don't want to be here anymore. So I guess I'm first. Where the fuck did Zero go?
That's a good
I
question.
have a passive perception of 20.
Yeah, as you think back, you're not quite sure where he went. You were coming up the stairs. You looked around. We sort of see this in your mind, but from a different vantage point. We already see Adele sort of skulking along the side of these terraced gardens. And we don't see Zero. We do see you. Don't see Adele, but we do. And yeah, you're not quite sure where he could have gone.
Okay. So they're playing together. What is Noller doing?
Just gently drooling, just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, Noller, how is it in your head hole, bud?
I'm just hissing and growling, looking around because I just feel uncomfortable. I feel just.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
just I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what's happening, and he's all I know is that the big guy is no friend, and I'm baring my teeth, just ready to pounce, as if I
I
had claws.
I go over and I like kind of shake your shoulder a little bit and try to like almost like rouse you a little bit, but without trying to catch the attention of Halaz.
Can I get an animal handling check from Asuna, please?
Okay. Oh wait, I want to use my real dice. I have my
No,
real dice.
you have real dice.
Okay.
Are you going to use
okay,
the two of them that aren't the same color?
No, I'm
No,
gonna
why
I'm
would
gonna
you do
use
that
my
to
new
her?
ones. I'm gonna use my new ones.
Do it.
I'm
Yes.
jelly.
You're doing that 20
Are you
for a
serious?
24. I did.
Okay. It is as if Asuna has cast calm emotions on you, Noller. And you look over, and Asuna has soothed the savage beast. And oh, I love how it says savage bees and not savage beast.
Mm.
And yeah, you start to feel at ease. You know who doesn't feel at ease? Adele. You do not feel at ease about this situation at all.
Do I see any areas of any approaches where any points of exfiltration, anywhere we could flee?
As you look around, you're actually at a pretty good vantage point near this archway to look down. This house is on a pretty steep hilltop. It's one of the foothills before you get to the mountains, which as you look out the back, you see these mountains rise like Alps out back, high, thousands and thousands and thousands of feet up, like right out maybe a thousand or so feet, about a quarter of a mile before you start to see just like the green go to trees and then over the tree line and then just up. To the east, you can see a big iron fence that encloses this section of land. You think that you could just go into the mountains; no one would really necessarily stop you. Or you can go back out the front, but you'd have to convince Narasine that that's not her dad, uh, and and that this isn't the best life she could possibly be leading.
Do I know anything about the spell that Narasine's under?
Why don't you roll me? Well, you can roll me a an Arcana check for that.
17.
Yeah. With that, you're gonna probably nail it for both Noller and Narasine. And without having to roll an insight check, you get a real clear sense that Noller and Narasine have been feeble-minded. You have an idea that some very powerful magic user, and then you look and you see Hollis, this guy who's supposed to be the head of this domain as far as you can assess, has cast a spell upon each of them. Nolar's experience of it is far less enjoyable. But Narasine wouldn't behave this way if she was of sound mind.
But I see 0 nowhere, huh?
You do not see Zero. You do see Asuna calming Nolar.
Okay. What is is the group still going someplace, or what are they
No,
doing?
they just seem to be right now observing. I'm going to sort of give you some options here because right now, Narasine and Hollis don't know that you're there. And so if you wanted to potentially go into the house, you could potentially get into the house and explore that while everyone's outside, or you can just wait for a minute and see what happens next, because there is something that will happen in a minute here if you don't do something.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have any ideas.
Okay. As you're sort of, I think, invisible, tucked behind this archway, we see Halas as he scoops up Narasine and holds her up in the air, who flies like an angel, and he starts carrying her through the air as she's flapping her wings and flying. I'm flying, Daddy. I'm flying. And he rushes her through this garden and back up these stairs towards Asana
If
and
she could overwrite
Nolar.
her childhood with these moments, she would.
If it makes you feel any better, that's literally what's happening inside of
Great.
Narasine's head constantly. All of these sensations of positive experiences with your dad, Hales, who loves you and has been looking out for you for years and years, are just rushing into your brain hole and overwriting every single bad experience you've ever had in your entire life. Yep. And you watch Adele as this horned and deer skull faced man sets Narasine down and tousles her hair lovingly, and then he looks up at Asuna, who trembles at the proximity to this individual, and then he reaches
Even
in.
if
But
even if Noller is a Moraris, he readies himself just as seeing Asuna trembling.
Yeah, I think this guy reaches into his the outer breast pocket of his jacket, and he goes to dab some drool off of the edge of Noller's mouth. Oh, there. Let's make sure you're presentable. And easy now. Don't get carried away. And he says, it's almost tea time, everyone. And he goes to sort of usher Asuna and Noller in for tea time. And Narasine, you know where the tea set is. It's you can rush ahead.
I think I've taken it on myself to try and set up everybody's little tea set and placemat for them. But you can tell as a 2 foot tall with ones across the board and everything, including
It's
strength
only
and
nope,
dexterity.
nope. It's just charisma and intelligence are ones.
Oh, just charisma and
Yeah,
intelligence.
just charisma
Oh
and
God, I'm a
intelligence.
strong tiny child.
Correct.
I am a dexterous and I am. I'm basically I'm doing little gymnastics. I'm like hut, hut, and I'm gonna like kind of like do all the plates at once. They'll all like fall in line. I'm gonna like do little flourishes, but like Hollis's will get like a little flower in front of his with like a nice little mug. If I have time, I'll just like throw 2 eggs and a bacon smiley face on there as well.
Nice. Yeah. As y'all come into the main house, the doors open. There's a you walked past this dining hall, on your way through the house. But Narasim was just so excited about sharing the gardens with everyone, and the new routine that her and Dad came up with. Uh, that you sort of bypassed this huge dining hall. And the hall itself is tremendous. The table seems far smaller than you would expect. It only seems to seat 6. But it is all set up as if there are 6 of you coming for tea. And Hales gestures towards the table, and he looks over at Asana, and he beckons you sit down, and he says, "Is your friend in the garden joining us as well?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
He bangs his fist on the table, and you feel it. You see all the silver clatter, and he says, "Liar!" And he
Lying's
stares
bad.
at you intently. Yeah, nice.
Sorry, I'm so entertained by this whole dynamic. Okay. um, I don't know. I don't have contact.
You know she's there. He leans in. Uh,
I know. I saw her.
He starts to look around, and he gets up from his chair, and he tosses his napkin across one of the arms, and he starts to search around. And it takes him a little bit of time, but ultimately, nice. He looks and fixates on Adele. Adele, you are still invisible, and you see this eyeless deer skull looking down at you, and then you see him point and go like this. And can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please, Adele?
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration toggle that I've got.
Okay.
Just say, oh no.
22.
Okay.
As I see Halas do that, I like kind of go, no.
Yeah, as you do, you feel like your shoulders pinned back. And I think Adele, we see you start to move, and then you hear Stitch's voice in your head again. Don't let him take you from me. And you are able to resist his being enthralled, but he turns around angrily, looking at Asana, and says, "You sit and drink." and is just pointing down at you with those.
I try
vicious
something
eyes.
as he turns around and
Yes.
sort of castigates Asuna. I cast banishment on him, which means in an instant my invisibility drops,
Okay.
and he needs to make a DC 21 charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And if it works, I'm going to basically snatch up Narasine and grab everybody, and we're going to run.
Wait, you said charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
How's a 27 do?
Yeah, he's going to pass.
Okay. Okay.
My dad's very charismatic.
He turns around and he says, Adele, that is no way to behave in proper company. Now, come join your friends for tea.
Can I start walking out to try and collect them?
Yeah, for sure.
I will manhandle you.
I just sit down in my seat and pick up a teacup, and you just see me shaking.
Who are
On
you
my
going
way out, I
to-
definitely gave you a like finger
are
to
you-
eyes kind of thing. Just be like,
Who is
stay where you
Narasine
are.
collecting?
You.
Were you referring to multiple entities?
Uh,
No, I'm collecting you.
Okay. Her pronoun is her, not them.
Oh.
Well, yes. As you're going out, yeah, Adele, you are visible now. Are you in your black armor, or are you in your normal aesthetic?
Just her normal aesthetic, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Narasine, what do you say as you rush over to Adele?
Okay, well, hold on. I'm adorable, but my charisma's been turned into a 1.
I just realized I suddenly turned into the tattoo on my arm. I'm a fox drinking tea.
Nice. Nice. Well,
All of your
now here's
tattoos
the thing about
probably.
charisma. Everybody forgets. Everyone thinks charisma is how much will people like you. It is strength of character.
Okay.
That is the mechanic at work here, not necessarily, or at least not specifically, whether people will like you or not.
Okay, so I think then it's gonna be like one of those kind of adorable little like runs up, does like a little jump, and just goes, "What are you doing over here? We gotta go. The others are waiting." Both hands on one of your hands, and I'm just gonna try and like bring you with me. But gosh, that 20 strength.
Yeah, she will sort of begrudgingly allow herself to be led to, as distantly opposite Hallis as possible.
Okay. Yeah. So there's his seat at the head of the table, and then 2 seats on either side, and then in the seat that you take on the far side from him. And as each of you sit down, he scoots his chair in, and
I help scoot him in all the way.
Nice. And he looks back lovingly, and he says, "My dear, you did such a nice job with these eggs. You've been practicing, haven't you?"
She does that thing where like the feet are kind of like doing
Yeah.
the fidgeting. Yeah.
And he pats at the table to his right. Now come on, little girl. You should enjoy yourself as well for all the hard work you do.
Hops up.
Adele, none of that makes sense to you.
Okay.
Adele, all of that seems insane. All the words that just came out of his mouth to Narasine, none of them ring like true in a deeper sense. Noller, as you sit down at the table,
I will say I just decided to not sit and just stay side by side by Asuna.
Austin is seated.
Yeah, I already sat down and started drinking
Stand
tea.
side by side. Basically, more or
Okay.
less acting as guard dog.
Sounds good. I like that. As
Are
you
you on
I
2 legs or
did get a
4?
24.
2
I
legs. Come
needed
on.
to-
I'm more dragon than dog.
I don't know how dragon. I don't know how lizard dragon is. I just had to ask. I was like, is it like, or is it
Is
just
it
like?
like-
Can I call
Just
you
wanted to ask. Just
toothless?
had to.
Hmm?
Can I
What?
call you toothless?
Oh, like toothless? Oh no, bad.
Like
Yes.
toothless, like how to train your dragon?
Oh wow.
Yes, call him toothless. He has no idea what you're talking about, so it's okay to do it.
Well, Noller, this is an interesting sensation that you start to have. Because as you look across the table, that primal sort of motivation taking hold, you look towards the head of the table, and Hallis is looking up at you, and then he looks down at his plate, and as your eyes come across, they see Narasine, and then in the empty seat beside Narasine, you see the captain sitting there. And he is cutting into eggs and bacon. And yeah, as you start to snap, none of you see Noller do this. And as
Another
you
it starts to begin to try to just crawl over the table.
yeah, as you go to like pull towards the seat, you expect to clamor, and what you feel is the seat just sort of pull back as if you're want to sit down at the table. You're still gnashing and trying to fight this, and you're trying to clamor, but you just feel your hand pull the seat out. And then as you're struggling with it, you start to feel yourself sit down, and you're trying to clamber forward. And then you see, as you sit down, you see the tendrils of greeny, necrotic energy wafting off of this highly necrotized forearm that he has. And as you sit in the chair and snap at him, you look down at your plate, and there is a huge, beautifully crusted porterhouse steak.
I'm not
Uh,
eating.
and it feels strange. It feels wrong. And with flashing sort of yellowy green eyes, you hear the captain with his mouth full, and he says, "Come on, Noller. You can't be mad. Both of us are missing an arm." And he looks at his necrotized arm, and you're forced to consider your metallic chrome living metal arm. And he says, "You got to keep your strength up." And he takes another big bite of eggs, and then reaches over and grabs a goblet of wine and takes a couple of big drinks.
I just, with everything that is going wrong, I just snap around the table, just looking for something more wrong. I just feel strong.
As you look to the left where Adele was sitting, Adele's not there. As you look to the right for Asana, Asana's not there. As you look to the head of the table, Hollis is not there. You're still in this room, but it's just you and the captain.
I'm just shaking with anger, and I just try to just step back.
As you stand up, you hear the captain once more. He says, "Come on, Nola, you gotta eat." And then he starts to chuckle. And as you look down on your plate, instead of the porterhouse, is your old hand. Uh, Severed cleanly at one end, blood still dripping out of the end of it. And as you back up, the chair falls over, and you can feel the heat of the fire in the hearth behind you. And as you take one more step backwards, all of you look over and see Noller, and he stumbles back and falls into the fire in the hearth inside of this room. And Hollis stands up quickly, knocking his own chair over, and says, "Oh my!" And rushes and grabs Noller and sets him down and flops a big, heavy Persian rug over him, trying to stifle these flames.
Can I
I,
prestidigitate?
I, I just know on trash, and at some moment, if something's grabbing me, now, feeble mind does do a lot of things, but doesn't affect something that comes from class features, especially if it's not casting a spell, right?
It depends. Because it's going to be based, if it's based in any way off of intelligence or charisma, then you
Wisdom.
might not be able to do it. What do you want to do?
And I'm gonna do what is called the breath of the dragon. I'm just gonna spew up a breath of lightning out of my mouth.
I like this. I think that that's very much in line. As you do that,
Can I hug the puppy?
yes, you can hug the
And
puppy.
it's a clawing, gnarling, and spewing lightning puppy.
Okay, yes, correct. Hollis steps back and dodges this electricity. He got a nat 20 on his dexterity saving throw. And
I used my D-Inspiration to re-roll that for a 22 athletics to grab the puppy. Give the
nice.
puppy a hug.
Yep, you roll up the puppy the rest of the way in the carpet. Currently, Noller, you are restrained except for your head. And
Don't make trouble for daddy.
wow, holy shit. This is going so
The,
much
the,
better
head,
than I
the,
thought it
head,
would.
the head is moving back and forth.
Yeah, as you actually got to give it to you, Rob. I'm going to give you inspiration for this. You're doing a very good job as this feeble-minded character. Thank you. It's good. It's good. Yeah, you see, Hollis. He straightens his jacket, and says, "Far more excitement, in the house than we've had in a long time." And he sits down and he looks across the table to Adele. Adele, now you didn't need to skulk around to begin with, but there's no reason to avoid a tasty little treat at tea time, is there?
And does he offer her something?
Yeah, there's a few different goodies. There's little finger sandwiches, the little cucumber sandwiches. There's pimento cheese sandwiches, of course. There are some little ham and brie biscuits. They're delicious. There's some just regular like powdery butter biscuits, and then a sampler platter of different jams and marmalades. They're all from the garden. He notes as he pushes the plate of jams across the table.
She kind of inspects it and then looks up at him and asks in primordial and trying to her best to be intimidating. She asks, "What type of being are you?" With like that stereosonic primordial type voice.
Yeah, he sort of cocks his head to the side for a little bit, and he similarly he sort of turns his head to the side, and he says, "Well, I am akin to a god, and if a skinless skull could smile, you'd think that this person was smiling at you."
I'm just sitting there shaking and mindlessly like take a sip of my tea. Since I took a sip of my drink, I thought it was fitting.
What kind of tea does Asana like?
Well, I'm gonna do a little show and tell because I talked about it earlier. I literally turned into the fox drinking tea. It's not colored in
Yes.
yet, but this, if you get pretty close, there's the fox face,
Yes.
and there's the little teacup, and its little paws are holding it, and there's the smoke coming out, or the steam. But then these are jasmine flowers because I love jasmine tea, and then these are fox gloves because fox.
It's a fox.
So yeah, it's jasmine.
Okay.
Jasmine tea.
I love it. It's jasmine tea. It's also great. It's also not what everyone else is having necessarily. As the aroma of jasmine wafts over you, you realize that there's different tea for every single person. And the tea across the way is this one would say dragon's tea of ginger and lemon and honey at Nolar's seat, and Naracine's is black tea.
Oh, have I put down the thrashing lizard man?
No, you're still like. I
Oh,
mean, do you
okay,
want to
yes,
put
yes.
him up over your shoulder and stand him up by the table?
I'm just fully trying to prevent issues from happening. I am full damage control tiny child at this point. It's just like you gotta be nice.
I headbutt backwards or at least attempt to.
It's 2 feet. There's no the
2 feet
the
tall.
height. Yeah, the height discrepancy is going to
I have
preclude
you
you
basically just like
in a rug.
from the mid thigh. I want to say you've just been lifted off the ground and restrained.
Yeah,
From the waist up, you're pretty much free. But like,
I'd say up to about your shoulders in the
up to the shoulder.
rug.
Okay. So,
Well,
see, I think I
did
jumped
say
up a little.
I did say I was attempting. I'm just more or less just squirming around and
thrashing.
trying to pry myself free.
Sure.
Can I
Understandable.
try to just put him back in the chair?
You could force him back into the chair.
I want to try and put him back in the chair.
I gotta check something. Real. And
Also, who made the tea? Did I make the tea or did he make the tea?
you made the tea.
Magic. I made the tea. Drink the tea I made. I worked hard.
Yeah, it smells good.
Daddy
It smells.
says accomplishments need to be achieved by those around them.
Nice. It smells like lemon and ginger and honey and water. It does have a pretty almost intoxicating aroma to it. Adele, yours is a smoked oolong.
Very old man.
Watching that everyone is sipping their tea to no negative effect, she carefully, very delicately and properly holds it and sips it.
Okay. It's good. It's real good tea. Everybody's having good tea. And Hallows looks around and says, "That's more like a happy family, isn't it?" And you see under the long deer skull, he sort of takes this cup and brings it much closer to where a mouth would be, and tilts back. And under the skull, you can only see darkness. You don't see a face. And you, yes. And he looks down at Narasine, again with an expressionless skull face that elicits a sensation of pride. As he looks down and he says, "It is so important for us to be able to offer hospitality to newcomers, isn't it?" And he gives Narasine a little pinch on the cheek.
she would kind of try to like pout her lips a little and puff her chest out and just give a
And then you see him grab a napkin and sort of dab behind that skull, and he folds it and sets it down on the table, and he says, "Now," and he sort of gently claps his hands against the table. "I was told that you were sent here to kill me. Why is that?" And he sort of looks around and Narasim's just like la da 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 da, and we see Asuna, and Asuna's like la da 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 da
not making eye
da
contact.
and Nolder's and so he sort of looks over to Adele. He looks around the centerpiece at Adele, and he says, "Well, it seems like you're the only one to converse with right now."
Were we actually sent to kill him?
I was suggested that, I don't think that anyone in particular sent you here to kill him, but it was expressed by the party that they were intent on doing so.
We just
Funnily
kinda came
enough,
across
mostly
a weird
nursing.
town.
Yes, also.
hold on. We came to a weird town. People were really weird. We did some exploring and found a cult activity occurring. A monster appeared. Monster was dispatched of in a wonderful manner, which was a group effort.
Correct.
A group effort to destroy this monster.
Correct.
One person was released from mental prison and ran off screaming. I believe it was the second or third prettiest girl. I think I killed the first prettiest girl on accident.
Yeah, the first prettiest girl you killed.
I forgot to
and
say
then,
non-lethal.
And then the prettiest girl, now that she's dead. The second
that's true.
prettiest girl, now the prettiest girl.
Yes.
I
broke her nose, then fixed it.
Yeah.
She's now free of the whatever
Life.
it was. So we got one,
life, because she got about 10 steps before something broke her neck.
Oh yeah, something broke her neck right away. That's right.
As soon as you broke little victories. And then
we
the
met this
third
dude.
prettiest girl in town drank wine about it.
Isn't it that it only takes like 8 pounds of pressure to break the human neck?
It's very easy.
It's not a lot.
It's something real.
People don't think about it a lot. They're like, "Oh, I fell the other day," and I'm like, "You really fell? You got lucky."
Yep.
How much it needs to snap or break something? Maybe. To actually snap an egg on all the way, that is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, this was definitely more than 10 pounds of pressure used to make her neck go.
No, it would be just 10 pounds of pressure without 8 pounds of pressure without resistance. Yeah. If you're actively resisting it, trying not to get your neck broken, then yeah. But like it doesn't take.
Which is why you should never stop someone from trying to.
It's just simple joint.
Let it go.
Not a strong joint.
10 pounds
Let it go.
Have you ever just put 10 pounds on your chin and let that shit rock? Don't do it. That's how you die.
It's true.
Just don't.
I may or may not
science,
be Googling
please.
how many pounds it takes to actually do it.
Just remember, hey, this is a little PSA for everybody. If you ever have to ask weird questions, like how many pounds of pressure does it take to break a neck, just put 5E at the end of your search terminology, and
it'll keep you off a lot.
Everyone will know that you're just looking it up for D&D purposes only.
Thank you for telling me after it was too late.
Yeah, well, I do what I can when I can, and sometimes I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always a couple minutes late.
Hindsight 2020, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it just seems like the intention to murder this man is somewhat circumstantial.
We did also attack him outright as soon as he showed his face.
That's true too.
No, that's not exactly what happened. What happened was that he feeble-minded Nursing immediately when she started speaking of what makes a god, and then when she was feeble-minded, then someone attacked.
Well, there was a little bit of
There was a little exchange before he before he did that. There was some talk of what makes a god, and that discussion I ended with Narasine being like, you know what, fuck this guy. And before the fucking could begin, got fucked instead. And then he extracted Narasine's clockwork eye from her skull.
Yep, rip that shit right out.
Just like bloop, and put it in his pocket. And then Noller was like, "Don't hurt my friends."
Or if you ever want to increase your AC and perception, you can take that eye and shove it in your face.
That's what you need is more inorganic body parts. And I think Zero got in the mix too, doing some damage. And then
he tried he tried to kill him. He just said you're gonna die. But
yep, he just said die, and this guy made a charisma saving throw, as he's wont to do. And then Noller took a shot, and then it was this guy's turn again, because Asuna was hiding, and then he feeble-minded Noller too. So he's just curious why you guys come into my house and want to kill me, you know?
You might have pissed me off.
Yeah, right.
So we deserved it a little bit. We don't know he was bad. It might have been a thing where it's like this town used to eat people alive and
bullshit.
Kill the adventurers that came here and sell their skin or something. And then he came by and was like, I'm just gonna take this. But we didn't. A lot of things are possible. But you and me, you're a lizard, and I'm his daughter, so we don't have opinions.
Wow.
I have opinions. This is why I'm snarling.
Your opinion is
You could do a better job, by the way.
Did everyone enjoy their tea? Cool. Asuna. Can I get a perception check, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, the mossy one. The friend. 19. 18.
18. As you look around the room, you start to see some weird shit. You see portraits, paintings, and tapestries. All of Halla's Sleazard. And you see, as if you're looking around the room, just once, and then again, and then again, and then again. And Narasine, in her childlike form, is in a number of the images on the walls and in frames on the little cabinets. Yeah, of you see like Narasine holding like the trophy for like first place, for the storytelling. You see an even younger Narasine on like a swing set on a far more like pastoral looking home. Far more rustic and small. And Halla's in that is wearing like a canvasy sort of jacket, and canvas pants. He looks a little more rugged in that photo, as if it's sort of like somewhere in the old west.
I'm gonna cast. I don't know if this is a good idea for so many reasons. I'm gonna try to cast Dispel Magic
On
on Neracine.
Interesting.
I wholeheartedly resist because you're not taking
Well,
my dad from me.
So here's the thing. The feeble mind spell is not a sustained effect. Like, it's not a concentration spell. Yeah, once it happens, it's done. And then it takes 30 days before they get to make.
It just says though, one creature, object, or magical effect. Any spell
Exactly.
of
So it's
third
not.
level or lower on the target ends. So like, it's
Uh,
not an active spell that's currently on them.
Yeah. So the spell is cast, and then what happens is essentially mechanical, not magical. So the effect is not that they are feebly minded by the spell. The spell can be ended by greater restoration, heal, or the wish spell. So you're looking at level 5, 6, or 9 spell slots to. I don't know if you guys can cast 5th or 6th or 9th level spells yet.
I multi-class too much.
Yeah.
I can do some, but
Is heal or
I'm not a
or
healable.
greater restoration?
No, I can't do that.
You have access to the whole of any spell you can cast, not just the ones you choose.
Yep. It's not on any of those lists, I don't think.
What?
Open spell book. So any spell your character can cast, doesn't matter if you've chosen it, you can cast it. It's full open spell book.
Like any spell from my
any spell
class
that you go and you choose add spell.
Yeah.
Anything you see there, you can cast.
Except
I
that.
see.
Except that I've got.
It still doesn't. Oh,
I've
you've
got
got
great-
characters.
I've got great news for you.
You can see that they
I
can.
can
Okay,
I can
great, yeah.
see that that's none of those. None of
I
those
can't.
are.
I'm not a.
I tried. It's okay. I tried.
Yeah.
You
No,
did.
you're doing the Lord's
really
work.
Did.
The Lord being Hala's.
That's what I came to.
Sleazard.
Oh my god. Oh, Vecna's gonna be
sweet.
mad.
Ladies.
Maybe.
Oh no, dead child on the horizon.
I didn't know it was full open book. Well, this opens a whole different ball game.
That's really
How did we fail that communication badly? I'm
don't
going to
know.
blame that 100% on you
I just
because I can.
don't make me.
I'm gonna continue to blame you.
Okay. When we're done here, I'm gonna come back out. I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna
Yeah.
on live stream. Yeah. So Adele, you're stuck in the house of a mean skull man who seems very hospitable.
I'll collect everyone's
Do
keys
I,
and bring up the next course.
Sorry, John. Go
Made
ahead.
pastries.
Describe the room for me.
Yeah, so it is a pretty significant dining hall. There's tapestries up on large gray stone walls. And there's to the, I guess, east side, no, north, no, the wall to your right. There's a huge hearth that Noller stepped back into, and then the runner that was on that side of the table was sort of wrapped around him and used to stifle at first the flames and then his ravenous intentions. Behind you, there's a whole bunch of room, as if this table could be another 40 feet longer. And it's just a gray stone floor, except for the other runners on either side of the room. It's like there's just one section of a much larger banquet table that's been removed to make this more intimate. Looking up to the ceiling, there is a mosaic work of tiles that looks fantastically intricate. And it seems to almost be alive. There's forest scenes. You can see there's a fox being harried by hounds and riders on horseback. You can see another scene of there's a bear with arrows stuck in it that seems to be fending off and fighting two archers who it has clearly closed the distance between it and them, looking like it's about to defeat the two of them with a single mighty swipe. And at the end of the ceiling, there's a mosaic of a tremendous elk sort of surveying the scene. And then as it all sort of gradiates up towards the middle in layers of blue, sort of in the middle of the ceiling is a source of light that looks very much like the sun, both in relation to the images themselves and just the brightness of it. And yeah, that's about it for the hall. There's not a whole lot else that stands out, except that as you look to your left, you see one of the tapestries, Narasine, has been woven into it, looking like they are, yeah, like jogging hand in hand with Halas that looks to be surveying. Looks like kind of the map of the gardens out the back of the house.
So I turn and ask him where is Zero.
He says, "Oh, yes, of course. Zero. Well, you see, tried to kill me," and he just sort of leans forward on his forearms on the table.
And she says, and
Well, that's inappropriate behavior as a guest, wouldn't you think?
and where is he?
He's indisposed.
She says, well then perhaps we'll just collect him and be on our way.
He says, "Ooh, I'm afraid that his act of violence can't be absolved so easily."
You try to hurt Daddy, you go in the patty.
That's adorable. That's adorable. He slammed his head on the table, laughing.
Even Asuna has a hard time not kind of smiling at that one.
Just looks at dead in the eye, like it was a joke, but it's also like.
So you had made the comment, "I'm trapped in this building." I mean, up till now, there's no reason to believe she's trapped.
Say that one more time.
You had said something earlier about you find yourself trapped in this dining hall, but I haven't tried to leave. So,
Oh no, not. I don't think trapped was what I was trying to convey. There are tapestries. There are trappings, but no one is trapped here. Everyone, everyone is technically here of their own volition right now.
I've not said it done out of my own volition.
Technically, don't have a whole lot of volition.
Not as long as I'm nearby.
Yeah. I mean, you could potentially leave if you weren't wrapped up in a rug.
by the way, this is not the Star Spawn Seer, right? I'm just confirming.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Different entity, right?
Very different entity entirely.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why Adele knows exactly what a Star Spawn Seer is, but yeah, the disposition is just fundamentally different. I mean, first, the Star Spawn are in no way, shape, or form hospitable. You just over there raw dogging Nutella, homie? I hoped
I'm
for a
very high
moment
right
there
now.
you were just having like a fucking Jello pudding cup, and then I saw the edge of the container, and I was like, that man is just, you could just give him a straw and he'd slurp it straight out of the fucking container.
So our
Behind
question,
every big muscle man is a kid who hid icing under his bed as a child.
I missed a session where there was some issues between two of the characters because one of them follows the Raven Queen and one of them follows Vecna, and I know
Right.
that the Raven Queen is Zero, but I don't remember who was follower of Vecna.
Yeah, that was Narasine.
Is that in any way related to the decision tree that went into going after this guy?
No, he just kind of came off and talked to me, kind of not. He just kind of, he was just like haughty.
I think
And,
that's
like,
fair. He was a little
was?
haughty.
That Hallis was or Zero?
Hallis.
Oh,
I will say conceited.
You guys
He pissed us off.
you guys immediately showed up at this guy's doorstep and then suggested that he wasn't a god. And he, I would say, rather peacefully suggested or offered up the question, what makes a god? And the retort from the party was along the lines of gods are powerful entities, and and essentially have dominion. And he says, then how am I different? And Narasine wanted to show him through an act of physical violence that this guy was not a god. And so
I thought I could take a chunk out of him and be like, no god would ever let me do that. But
And
he didn't.
as expected, for a deific creature, he did not allow that to happen. And then he took Narasin's brain and turned it off. Yeah. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Brr.
But she's much happier now.
It's true.
I mean, I probably would be a lot fucking happier if you turned my brain off too.
Meh. Apparently not Noller. They turn his brain off and he just turns into aggression. Which I understand and appreciate.
Fight or
as
flight,
character.
and it's only fight.
Yeah, and I'm all out of wings.
By the way, Noller started to just bite into the rock that is holding him.
Roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
It's biting. more
I
than anything
know,
else.
but it's the only check that makes sense.
I hope
Like-
he-
Not 20,
Oh my
That's what-
god.
Okay.
25.
That's what I like to see. See, I think you
Our
managed to get
sleight
one of the
of hand.
tassels, and as you wrench yourself out, and loose this rug from your body. And Hollis looks up and goes, "Well, yes, very nice." And he sort of applauds you. And he looks
I
at
also
the-
clap.
yeah, he looks over at Narasine. He looks at Asana.
I do my best
I
just to
also
stand
look at
up.
Asuna.
I spring him into the chair and just jump backwards, and I just stay away from the table because actually,
Okay.
what is Noller seeing right now? Is he still the same thing, or
You see your friends. You see just to your left. You see Adele sitting there. All of you see Noller as he gets up. You see across the table. You see Narasine sitting there. There's a vacant chair where the captain was sitting in your brain. And then you look to your right, and Asuna is sitting there sipping tea, and there's a handful of people giving you a little golf clap for how dexterously you managed to get the rug off from around you.
I just start to just pace around us, behind us, and I just going back and forward, back into the watchdog mode, and just feeling like just staring back and forward.
Hallas looks down at Narasine and says, "Sweetie, would you see to your pet, please?"
Sure. Hops down, kind of slides out of like the what I'm assuming
Yeah,
is like
just
a
big wooden
makeshift
chair.
medieval kid seat. Like,
Yeah,
with
nice.
a little bar. So she
Yes.
kind of like just slides down.
If
and
Nancy
goes-
tries to touch me, I'm gonna just jump back and not just let it.
That's fine. I think
fine,
that's
yeah.
I think that's
Still
fair.
going- still
Yeah.
going.
Be gentle. Be gentle. He seems very.
Okay.
He seems very very sensitive.
I go over and gently try to grapple him.
I just jump back.
Okay. As you back up, can I get an animal handling check, please, from Narasine?
Ooh, that's not terrible. It's got a plus. I don't. 14.
Can I get a Can I get a? How about this? Give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, Nola.
It's got like a plus 11 to it. I get.
I know, but that's why
Oh, he's definitely gonna be slippery.
it's still gonna be
8.
slippery. Yeah.
What?
At first, you manage to try and slip this grasp. And then somewhere between your willingness to try and fight and the fact that like Narasine still resonates as like your buddy, in your head, I think you reflexively like back up, and just before you get to the far end of the room, you feel like it's okay to take Narasine's hand. It's okay. It's okay. She's a nice and good girl, Narasine.
As this is unfolding,
Girl.
I look at Halaz and I just say, "Stop! Why are you doing this again?"
He looks over and says, "I'm not doing this. All of you are here of your own volition."
You know that's not true.
Of course, none of you are under a spell.
You affected us. Them.
And how much happier are they for it? And he gestures towards Narasine, who's skipping with her pet back towards the table.
Yeah.
As he looks down the table, he leans forward. He grabs a cheese Danish, and you see him up under the skull. Mm, mm.
I'm watching so closely to see if he likes it.
Oh yeah, no, he's you see him reach under. Mm. He's
That's
just
a little dance.
yeah. He says, these Nary, is these yours? You've done
They are.
quite nicely. The lemon zest in the icing is.
I took notes from last time.
He actually does the chef's kiss from the end of the skull face. And he looks back down at Asuna, and he says, "No, Asuna," and he takes another big bite under the skull. You know that your last friends were far more disrespectful. And as he looks down, the vacant blackness of his eye sockets flashes with red.
I mean, they were a lot more aggressive.
He finishes, and you hear him. He says, "This time only two of them were unplugged."
I don't know what that means.
And from reality, last time all of them had to go.
Is that why they're gone?
Well, I mean, they're still here. And he jingles a bell. Just picks it up and ding. And as he does, you see some gimp like mamma jammas as
But he
they
once told me.
yeah some ding bam and you see leather strapped faces with peachy, capillary broken skin, pinched through the openings. Big, thick straps of leather, covering the eyes, covering the mouth, covering most of the body. It looks like some Hellraiser shit without quite as many chains. One of them comes in holding a silver tray. The other one has a white cloth draped over their arm, over the straps of leather wrapped around their body. And they begin to clear the table.
Another will snarl of them.
They don't respond to your snarls as they walk past you. Is there any other kind of BDSM? Avon says, I think so. And I hope so.
I know there could be a lot of other kinds.
Nope, there's just the one, and it's all on a spectrum. I'm just saying.
Would Nerisine know their names from her now past, or does she know them by like nicknames she's given them?
Yeah.
Otherwise, she would like greet them like, "Hi blah blah, hi blah blah, hi blah blah."
Yeah, it's Linicky and Femka.
Hi Linicky, or I guess it would be, "Hi Linny, hi Fem Fem."
Yes. I have their names here actually already.
I'm just waving at them like. She'd look at Asuna. Do you know them?
No, not these ones.
Are there others? Looking at you just like a child, like waiting, like.
With his power, I can only assume.
Very strong.
Adele, what's your passive insight?
Passive insight's actually 15.
Okay, will you roll me an active insight check?
Sure.
And we'll just count that as a minimum.
17.
Okay. The way that this is all sort of coming together is starting to bear out that Halas is the focal point here. It seems like what happens is people find themselves in this environment. Halas causes them to be feebly minded or manages to charm them to the point that they don't have agency. And as you look around, you realize that this place seems to adapt to the people that are in it to a almost disturbing level of positivity. It's very Stepford Wives in the sensation that like everybody's happy, but everybody should not be that happy all the time. And you think Halas is just trying to be the nicest guy he can to everybody.
Okay. I get it. It doesn't tell me anything actionable, and luckily Adele has 10 intelligence, so it doesn't tell her anything actionable either. Like you're dealing with,
Sure.
for the most part, a foot soldier, right? So she's got kind of two ways to solve problems: stab things and hire other bad people to stab things.
I love the predicament, actually. You've got some hags on call, right?
What do you mean?
Like you can summon a hag.
Yeah.
They're not stupid.
There's several variations of.
Yeah, what's your? I mean, like who could like if Adele's like I need to phone a friend, who would that friend be for Adele?
Good question. There's a lot of options. I might have to dig for a second.
Okay, why don't you take a minute to do that? And as you do, Halas looks over to Narasine, and says, darling, would you like to reunite Asuna and her former friends?
Would I ever?
Um,
This will be great.
why don't you take them to the catacombs?
The cat,
As you start to
catacombs.
struggle with that, it's like someone just took a long needle and stabbed it through the crown of your head, and then just like meat injector juiced your brain full of experiences, having wandered through the catacombs underneath this homestead,
Achy head.
and all the times that you've gone down there and played hide and seek with your dad and a number of other individuals in town, and you remember. Roll me a history check, would you?
With just regular what I have.
Just whatever your normal history check would be.
I would just be an 11.
Um, yeah, you remember hide and seek. You remember being chased by others, and then you remember doing the chasing too. And it was all just good fun, good fun for you in the catacombs.
Great. I'll go over and I'll just pull the whole chair with Asuna in it out and be like, "Let's go!" And I'll grab your hand and with again a 20 strength, we'll start pulling you along with me.
I can't fight that threat. I've got a 10 strength. I have to go.
Miller, you want to go with them?
Can I take the puppy?
I follow and snarl at Nursing.
Okay.
Good puppy.
You kids have fun.
We will. I'll kill them if they don't.
Oh, that's not my girl. That's my girl. That's my little girl.
Lola is starting to get
play hide and
more.
seek.
Starts to get more cautious of Nursing.
Okay.
I'm really good at seeking.
So okay. I need a. Can you give me a D20 check, Nola, please?
I hope I'm playing this how you were hoping that, badly.
Better than I could have possibly imagined.
18.
Okay. Narasine is. I just want to clarify sort of your motivation as a character currently. Narasine still is your friend, but with that check, you've still got a very solid negative to your intellect, but your instincts are right that something's wrong with Narasine. Narasine's still your friend, but something's wrong with them. So I almost wanna like validate your character thinking that like Narasine's my friend, but something's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever you're about to go is not a place that you're enthusiastic about getting or having to go.
But she's incredibly enthusiastic.
She is deeply enthusiastic about it.
That's where I have the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I get just like kind of dragged off the chair because I have 0 modifier for my strength.
It's like an off-brand version of the Five Nights at Freddy's theme in the background.
Nice. Okay. All right. Wow. Good deep cut. All right. I'm here for it.
Have you played Five Nights at Freddy's inside of an Oculus Rift? I really don't appreciate that.
You don't love glitch trap?
Oh wow.
Oh.
As the three of you start making your way towards the far side of the banquet hall, you turn through the scullery and into the main hall of the house, and then to the I guess it would be south wing of the house. And as you get there, Narasine rolls back a huge rug and exposes a heavy, dark wooden trap door. And grabs a big ring, bronze ring, and pulls. And as they do, you can see down into a very nicely cut stone stairwell, which goes down at an angle towards what looks like the edge of the foundation of the house, and then turns to the right and goes down. And as soon as you start walking down, you can see that this square.
You guys go first.
Yeah, this square stairwell turns down and down and down, some 8 to 10 stories.
At no point do I let go or stop moving.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we're going down the stairs. Can I try to fight? What did you
Yeah,
do?
roll me an athletics or acrobatics check, which will be contested by Narasine.
Okay, well, thank you for that option because that gives me the bonus.
I only got a 13. I may have to hunt it. I mean,
I got a 16.
Total or just on the die?
Total.
Okay, where do you want to go?
Acrobatics. I don't like that. Okay. Well, I want to see where my friends are, I guess. But also, like, I'm gonna, like, since it's acrobatics, since we go down into a thing, I'm gonna, like, hop up with and, like, ninja off the wall and, like, twist and parkour, twist into the air, and my hand just kind of, like, twists right out of her grip.
Nice.
And I actually, like, land in front of her, and I just start running down the stairs.
Okay.
No, let's just follow it down immediately.
Okay.
And Narasine's like, chase, hide and go, seek.
Yep, and
I'll snarl Narasine on the way down as well.
We see the trap door to this stairwell slam shut, and then see the rug without any assistance unfurl itself and flop back into place.
And then it cuts to darkness, and then it just slowly single blue eye opens in the darkness with true sight.
Begins to illuminate.
And I can see through darkness.
Austin, have you got dark vision? Yeah, Nolar, you got dark vision?
No, I'm just using my instincts and so following the sounds.
All right. Roll me a dex check, please.
Why is it always
How
a
do I
dex
Just
check?
make sure. Well,
Balancing
because
the
you're good
line.
at it, and because dexterity is what you need to keep from falling down.
I cast dancing lights.
Hot.
11.
Yeah, as you are following,
can't.
nice. That's a good question. What does it say on the character sheets? The answer,
It doesn't require. It's literally
you're
just
such a willing
you
creature,
cast
right?
it on. Yeah, it plus up to
Are
3
you a
creatures of
willing?
your
Are you
choice.
a willing creature?
I am.
Question: is it a spell?
Oh, it is a spell. Yes, I wouldn't be able to cast it. Yeah.
It's not a
I'll
cantrip.
cast guidance on myself.
Okay. Cantrip you can.
You
Do.
shouldn't be able even to do cantrips.
No, it says spells. It specifically says spells.
No trips.
You can cast cantrips too if you've got them.
Cantrips are spells.
Cantrips are specifically not spells. Spells require a level of exertion, but cantrips do not.
And cantrips can be like cast as a bonus action. So
Yeah.
Not really. No, that is just a homebrew feat.
Well, no, through like quicken spell and things like that. But you can also quicken. But also, I know there's something that'll let you.
It is a magic item.
Yeah, that's it.
But still, they function normally as spells. If you could use you cast a spell as an action, it does a cantrip. You cannot cast another one.
It's okay. I have racial hex.
So it's. I mean, it specifically says can't cast spells or activate magic items. Now,
section of the PHP that says a cantrip is a spell that can be cast at will without using a spell slot and without being prepared.
Okay. All right. So no cantrips for you then.
How about racial feats?
What's your racial feat?
Hex and disguise self.
Well, those seem to be pretty racial in features.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Just wanted to. Okay, great.
Cool.
That means I can change my voice to all kind. Okay, great.
Asana, as you cast dancing lights, I really like the idea of this swirl of illumination descending ahead of you down this stairwell. As you,
they would look like Will of the Wisps almost. You could almost faintly see the outlines of little, almost like dragonfly iridescent looking wings inside of the soft kind of teal glow.
Okay. Don't stop. I wasn't finished yet. It was so good.
I was though. It's not about you. It was about me.
Damn, she finished and I wasn't done. That's.
You may go now.
Far too. Yeah. As you look down, you begin to hear the quickened pace of little children feet in the darkness above you, and.
Can I do that?
Deeply uncomfortable.
Things are going to get very interesting very quickly because Nolar and Asana, as you round this fourth turn, let's see, why is it 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth turn, those lights begin to descend sufficiently that you can see now into an open space that is a little disturbing. It's a little disturbing because as you look in, you can see torchlight and walls that look labyrinthine in their design. And here's the real disturbing part. Those walls are comprised primarily of bones.
Ooh.
Skulls and femurs and rib cages. Hands seem to have had their bones wired together, creating a somewhat orderly pattern. And considering how many bones there are, you think that probably hundreds of thousands of people have been contributing to the the catacombs down here. And then you start to see a couple of hands
This is
on
bad
the
for you guys.
wall begin to activate, as if they're reaching out.
Hey, Hadley.
Hey,
Is there a CR7 or below undead, preferably CR7, that I can expend a class feature non-spell channel divinity to control undead on the next 24 hours for?
it's a
With a DC 18 wisdom saving throw, and if they want to resist it,
no, they don't. Why would
Yeah.
they want to do that?
We're playing hide and seek, and it's gonna be
Correct.
2-on-2.
Yep, it's hide and seek time, everybody.
She can do it, but apparently
Let's
the class.
take a quick look. CR7 or below?
CR7 or below, because CR8 let me.
Well,
An undead with a CR equal to or greater than 8 is immune, so it'd be CR7 or below.
well, I think that here you can have the most appropriate of the
What is this? It's
how's
loading.
how's that?
It's still loading. Hold on.
Is it done loading yet?
It's still loading. I get my own big boy. Ah. So I think if there's ever like a big cavernous zone where it branches off into a few like different directions or anything, which I'm assuming they would run through and either go the same direction or split up to them. I
Yeah,
think she
that's a
would take
great
second.
question. Which way are you guys going here? You sort of start in the corner, coming down the stairs.
Yeah, what's laid out for us?
You got one way going this way and one way going this way. So you can go left or straight as you come down to the bottom of the stairs.
What do I see at the down the hallways and at the ends and stuff?
Which bones? Bones, more bones, a bunch more bones. The floor seems to be smooth, soft, gray, ashy, powdery. You can I get a survival check from Asuna as you look into this labyrinth of death?
That's gonna be a 13.
As you look in, you can see shuffling footprints. All of them lead inward. None of them lead out.
I really wish these will-o'-the-wisps were real.
Do you have a summon spell that you want to use to make them real?
I do not know.
Let's take a quick gander and see if you have any summoning spells.
I have.
You can summon shadows. You
I'm
can summon
looking
the
at
draconic
them.
spirit.
Shadows don't look useful. And draconic spirit. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would really help.
No, I don't see a whole lot here that could make them anything more than what they are.
Shit. All right. Do I see any specifically any like hallways on either side that like
Now,
have
as
any?
you look down, there's a long corridor of bone to your right, and you look up to your left, and there's a long corridor of bone, and you can see that each one of them have a turn in at one point, way down the way, but you also start to see the hands that flank these walls start to activate. Just reaching, grabbing about just above mid waist level at anything that comes within reach.
Along the entire hallway.
Uh-huh. Both of them.
Are
Narasim's
foxes
right behind you. You hear her little quick
are
childlike footsteps turn around the last corner, and it's time to make a decision.
are foxes smaller than waist height? I think they are. I'm gonna turn myself into a fox and I'm
Okay.
gonna run to the right.
Okay.
Because alliteration.
Okay.
Nollers is gonna follow Asuna. Just so people are reminded, running in 2 feet, but just ready.
Cool. Love that. As y'all pile down the pile down the corridor, can I get an athletics check from Narasim, please?
18?
Pitter patter of little feet, y'all. Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
And I think you hear someone go, "Oh, fucking give your balls a tug," and a big ol' you start to hear the rumble of bones and as a much larger creature also begins coming down right behind as a giant skeleton is now under her control for the next 24 hours.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun because the giant skeleton is just tall enough to see over this wall of bones. And so we can see from their vantage point the dancing lights leading through the corridors into this space. The space is not entirely without illumination. It's just that there's only sort of pockets where ever burning torches seem to strategically make this space both more visible and more horrifying.
If I go up to a burning torch, is there like anything specific around it?
Nope. They just seem to be on a sconce comprised of a two skeletal hands, one holding the base, one holding towards the top. They are ever burning torches. The flames are cold and only magical in nature. But every time you approach a torch, you begin to hear like the creaking of bones and joints, and it almost sounds like snarling. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Everything down here is bad.
It's going to be an 11. I do have an advantage against being charmed or frightened.
Okay, then you can roll with advantage.
Oh, that's a little better. That's going to be a 20 total.
Yeah, as you feel what's going on here, there is obviously an effect that is designed to instill fear in people who come down here. There's some sort of like prestidigitation or thaumaturgy that as you approach these torches is supposed to terrify you with like, should I go into the light? Should I not go into the light? Do I want to see what's going to come around the corner or not? Do I want to be visible when it comes
Sounds
around
like
the
an epic
corner?
haunted house.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. But then things get a little disturbing as you look up past the torch, and you see this giant skeleton look down at you and go, nay, and point over the wall down at Asana and Noller.
I would be trying to climb up the skeleton to try and use its arm as a bridge to get over to where they are, and I would just say, "Keep pointing them out and throw bones."
And he goes, "Ruh, ruh, ruh," and then you see him grab a skull from the top of the wall. And as he points over, y'all see Narasine come scrambling out. And Narasine, you can see them. They just sort of rounded the bend, went up, had to come back down, and then now they're coming back along the wall that they first came in. And you can see them over that wall. And he grabs a skull and he throws it at Asuna. Asuna, how's a dirty 20 versus your armor class? Probably,
Ow.
it's probably good. I'm gonna go out on a
It's
limb.
an owl.
Okay, cool. Come to Papa.
As she's like climbing down, she's climbing down its arm when it was
Yeah.
making that bridge on like all fours. So it's just this tiny little like creature, and she's singing out like Georgie Porgy pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry.
Yeah, you hear a cry and the shatter of the skull against your face, Asana, at the same time.
Can I do something?
2 shakes. You're gonna take 9 points of skull damage to the face, a mix of bludgeoning and slashing damage. And yeah, Nolan, what do you do upon seeing this?
I was gonna say, can I try it since I'm so close to her deflect missiles?
I don't think that your intellect would provide for that, and since you weren't the target of it, it would be right out. Yes, Asana.
So when I take damage from a creature within 10 feet of me,
It's not within 10 feet of you, technically.
It's not?
No, it's standing over you at an angle. It threw a skull at you.
Rude. Okay.
Yeah, what are you trying to do, though? You trying to hellishly rebuke or something?
It's not within 10 feet, so it doesn't matter.
No. Go tell me the thing. Tell me the thing. What's the thing?
It's a gift of the gem dragon.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it?
If I took the damage within the 10 feet the person was, they would have to make a strength saving throw, and on failure they take 2d8 force damage and are pushed up to 10 feet away from me.
How about this? You blast back that energy. Now, do you still take the damage, or are you absolved of the damage when you do that?
No, I take the damage.
Okay. I think that just reflexively, that hit is met with a rebuff, and you see the wall beside you of bones. And go ahead and roll me 2d8.
I get to find them. Which ones are they?
They're the ass to ass pyramids.
Ass to ass. Two
I
of
yell
them.
out, "Don't hurt my friends," because I've named a lot of these bones.
2-8. Oh, that's gonna be really a 7 total.
You blast a chunk of the wall in front of you. A bunch of bones clatter and fall. You see a couple of hands hit the ground and then start to skitter towards you as they're broken loose from their bonds. And oh, excellent! The first one got a nat 20. As it scurries up your body and then just puts one finger in your mouth. No. And
Oh, God.
That's worse.
and all you can taste is the ashy. Yeah, they're all just yep. Nope, it's bad. It's bad.
Except, wait, I'm a fox. Remember, I'm in fox form, so I'd probably just start chewing on it like happily.
Oh, no.
And as you get the one finger, the rest of them keep going. Yeah, one of them sticks you in your left ear. Yeah. It's very painful. You're gonna take 5 points of piercing damage
So what did
as you
just
start to roll away. Say again.
so they just attack Asuna?
Yep. What do you do? One of them sort of scurries up. They're constantly
Did
trying to
one
attack.
actually go in my mouth? Because can I like bite because it's in my mouth?
You did. You've got one of the fingers in your
Can I
mouth.
actually make a bite attack?
I'm gonna give it to you. And it's gonna give up that finger to in your ear. And essentially sacrifice a little bit of damage.
Awesome. Free
there.
calcium.
Yeah, Nolar, what do you... Oh, sorry, one more thing. Nolar, 19 versus armor class?
19 versus armor class?
Yeah,
Against what?
your armor, your AC.
No, what is attacking me?
Oh, another one of the hands that broke loose.
My normal armor class is 18, so I will hit.
This thing climbs up under your tunic, and you can feel
Does it-
like digging its bony, sharp, pointy fingers into your body, and you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage as you're trying to slap this crawling around under behind you. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
First of all, the one that is on Asuna, I'm just gonna swap it away from her.
Nice.
You want me to roll an attack?
Please. Just to make sure you don't catch Asuna in the fracas.
$13.
30 is gonna hit it. It's a hand, and it's not gonna hit Asuna.
12 damage.
It absolutely obliterates it. It turns to a bundle of thin copper wire and a bunch of powdery bones.
Excellent, because that was just one claw-like swap, and that is just one attack. Let's go for the second, and the one that is curled on me. I'm just gonna elbow it. Let's see, elbow it. 26 is going to hit.
You smash that one.
7 damage.
Yep, you're gonna crush that one too. It's still
And
sort of
just
moving around, but it can't cause you any damage.
And any other thing that is getting close to me?
Narasine's coming real close to you. But Narasine's your friend.
Eh.
Since those were two normal attacks, and that I will say that I will use my bonus actions to attack. I'm gonna
Okay.
use one of my normal attack actions to breathe Lion again. And even though Nursing is coming close, I'm just gonna breathe Lion in an arc and to just maybe force her away.
Okay. Let's do an intimidation check. How's that sound?
Okay.
What
So for this, I will have to reduce my charisma to 1, right?
You just do -5 to whatever you roll.
Mm-hmm. Just let me override score. We put it to 1. And intimidation, was it? 14.
Narasine, as you are jumping down from this thing's arm pointing down, you see Noller, bam, knock one of these hands into a powdery dust, crush the one crawling around inside of his robes, and as you're leaping down, he pulls an Uncle Iroh and just starts just like breathing lightning. And as so the question is, do you want to? Are you intimidated by Noller's act? And then what do you want to do about it? Do you want to try and avoid it? Do you want to just have at him like tag, you're it?
She's tiny, but she's also been told to do something very specific right now.
It's true.
But it is a lightning dragon man. Or well, a man
Yeah,
acting
you're
like a lightning
supposed to be
dragon.
showing me my friends, not like trying to murder me.
I
Okay.
don't know. I gotta
Hey,
say,
I could hex you and disintegrate, but I'm not.
I
That's
I
all
want to
from that's
say
not
that
magic either. That's the eye.
the breaking loose and running away, even for me, like was like it's time to play hide and seek now. Like it was like like a kid's brain is just like, oh, this is what we're doing. Because you didn't run away from the catacombs, you ran into the catacombs where Narasine has played hide and seek for years.
Okay, I
I
can
think
see how that can be misconstrued. I cast charm person.
On Narasine.
Yes.
what I'd like to have him
All right,
do
hang
is
on a second. We'll get to that.
I think to an extent I would be intimidated by that,
Okay.
but I also have a big bone friend. So I
True.
think it's like as I'm going down, I'm gonna be like, toss me the other one. And it's gonna give me a pop over at Asuna while the big bone guy is gonna try and go after Noller.
all right. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please. Narasine.
25.
Okay. What's your breath weapon damage with the lightning?
In this case, it's just 2d6.
Okay, go ahead and give us that, and you'll take half of that, Narasine.
5.
Okay, 2 points to Narasine. You get slightly singed and then are propelled towards Asuna. And Asuna, you see this arm change. Yeah. Trajectories. And give me one of those sweet. So wisdom saving throw for Narasine for the charm person,
Um.
which I think you might have advantage
Correct.
on because
Plus
of your
13.
Fey ancestry.
Oh yeah, Faye. Hold
Check
on.
that for me, would you?
Um. Oh boy. Sylvan size, ancestral legacy, dark vision, eerie token, hex magic. I'm a Fae. I'm not seeing anything that would discreetly give me advantage against that.
Okay. Do you want to?
I do have a plus 13 though.
I'm sorry. How much was it?
A plus 13 to my wisdom saving throw.
And so, what was the total?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet.
I thought you were saying okay.
Oh,
29.
29. I'm just really bad at intelligence. Like I'm telling you, man, you got that with that people. You really got the little hole in the armor of the character that I created. Like that was it. You headshotted me, that little sniper asshole in Call of Duty. You were like intelligence saving throw, and I was like,
no.
I have like plus 10 on all the others, buddy. Can you say something else?
No, I can't.
Cool.
Okay. Asuna, what do you say to try and charm Narasine?
I know you think we're playing a game, but I am really truly just looking for my friends.
As you
I
say
just
friends, that you see Narasine just out of the sky at you. And Narasine, what do you do since you're not affected by their charm? Or you don't. Let me rephrase that. You don't have to be affected by their charm.
I'm not affected by the charm.
Okay.
Gosh, I think what I'm gonna try to do is I would like to. Where is it? Somewhere in here. Where the fuck are you? There you are. I'm going to basically like glomp onto your head. I'm going to kind of stick my forehead against yours, and you'll see the blue eye glow brightly. And I'll say, "Friends!" And I'm casting Crown of Madness with the Eye of Vecna.
You cannot use magic
With the
items.
Eye of Vecna.
You can't
not
use a
my
magic item. You can't
Oh, I
activate
can't
it.
use magic item.
Yeah, it's like real.
Ah.
Now,
Damn, I
that
had
being,
a good plan for
now
that.
that
Shit.
being said, I think Asuna, I think you see this flash of blue light.
I remember I'm also in fox form.
Nice.
So in that case, what I think I'll do is I'll just go for the full on glomp, the puppy glomp, where you're like you grab the dog and just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna kind of be like holding it, like yeah.
Asuna, can I get
If I can't use magic item, wait. If I can't use magic items, can I see?
Yes. But we're not gonna go too deep into that. Your ability to perceive is not fundamentally impaired. Can I get a history or religion check from Asuna? From Asuna, please.
How do I have a bump to history like that? I'll take it for a total of holy fuck 24.
As you see that flash of blue in Narasine's eye, there's you get a weird sense, and you feel those spikes of iron piercing your forehead. And you can feel the heat of the flame dancing above your head from this crown of madness. It's not the first time someone's cast that spell on you. And although it didn't work fundamentally, the flash that came before it was disturbingly similar to one that was cast not long ago by another man, similar in some ways to Nolder, in that he had one different kind of arm, and when he casts things with it, a flash of blue energy tinged with green necrosis came behind it. And back in the dining hall, brandy is being poured for Adele. And as Halas steps back and ignites a small cigar, he swirls this brandy in a small snifter, and he takes a puff underneath this long skull mask, and he says, "Adele, I understand that you're not enthusiastic about being here. Curls of smoke pouring up out of the eyes and out of the nostrils and out from underneath this skull. And he says, but how would Stitch feel if you got your own domain? And he taps a bit of ash from the end of his cigar, and as it crumbles and hits the floor, that is where I'm going to leave you.
Cool.
What a mind fuck. What a mind fuck this is.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm stuck in a fucking bear hug by an eternal child creature thing.
Who may or may not have the same power daddy as the person who may have done something apparently very bad to you, and
Lots of other people.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'll take care
it's
of you
okay.
next
I've
time.
also done lots of bad things to lots of other people. You don't know that, though.
And played hide and seek amongst their bones.
Yes, most of these
Oh,
bones are
Jesus.
actually the people I've played hide and seek with.
Or is this giant skeleton thing made up of the bones of my friends and you've already introduced us?
In this case, no. This is not the bones of your friends. These are not the bones you're looking for. It is all.
Why am I somehow disappointed?
Because something even worse is coming.
Correct. There it is. There it is.
You're not wrong.
Lovely. Kudos and congratulations to all of you for dealing with daylight saving time, I guess. I appreciate y'all who got here early because the world changed around me in a way that I was unprepared for. And look forward to seeing you all again next week. Some of you sooner than that. Cause what? Yeah, yes.
Do we want to show them?
Show them what?
Show them the thing.
The thing?
What's the thing? I want to know what the thing is.
All right, I'll show
I
them.
think
Alright.
we should. Yeah.
All right, I'll just hang on just a second. I'll show you the thing.
Okay.
Oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, knew it. That's so funny.
As soon as he step up, I knew it too.
He's staying at my house on this year.
Awesome.
The Hadleyverse always
Yay!
expanding.
Xander knows what this is like. He's been on the other side of it.
It's wonderful.
Yo, it's good. This is actually the first time I've met him in person ever.
It's true.
So
It's true.
it's exciting.
It's truly
Beautiful.
wonderful.
All right, guys. It's great to see everybody. I love y'all. Unfortunately, I must bid you adieu and au revoir, and remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. That's right, everybody. Good night. We'll see you again soon. Mwah.
Have a good one. Holy shit. Nola, good luck with that skeleton. It's got a lot of HP, man.
I'm not excited.
I have all of my attacks. Fuck you.
It's good. Oh, don't be angry because I'm following Daddy's orders. I'm just
You're not
doing
a
what I'm
brat.
told.
You're good submissive. You're good.
Don't worry, I'll be angry to the end of my days.
There you go. That's stick with it.
The spite is what's kept us alive.
Oh my god.
Spite is a perfectly acceptable reason to stick around. Everybody, just wanted to let you know. All right. Good night,
Is it?
everybody.